Well, well, well. If this isn't a wonderful Sunday afternoon, actually. And it's just finished raining again. Well, so much to talk about, so much to go over. I mean, if it's not one thing, it's another. The Iran debacle. I mean, Trump congratulating himself for not going to war with Iran that he originally... Anyway, it doesn't matter. Well, did you hear the latest about Netflix? Netflix is in hot water, I gotta tell you. Netflix is gonna get it. And I'll tell you, the conservative right wing, the religious right wing, has had enough. They have had enough with this demon-filled shows on Netflix that encourage people to get involved in demonology and worshiping of Satan and whatnot. So there's this show that's being protested right now. I guess over 20 to 25,000 people have signed a petition to boycott Netflix. No more Netflix. Netflix is done. Netflix is way over the top. Netflix has gone too far. You've gone too far, Netflix. You have so they've signed a petition for Netflix to stop the show The Good Omen, which is a silly... I got through 3 episodes of it. It's not as good as I hoped it would be. It's got some funny moments, but it's just meh. It's really not that great. But anyway, it shows angels and demons working with each other and just cartoonish buffoonery. The end of the apocalypse is on its way, and they don't like the way God is portrayed. They don't like the way the devil is portrayed and the way angels. And so the religious right wing has had enough. We're going to stop. Enough of this demonology. Enough of this worship of Satan. We're going to sign a petition that you stop this show immediately. And they sure showed Netflix. Because Netflix on Twitter responded. They said, we're not going to do any more shows. We're not going to do any more episodes on The Good Omen. We're going to stop production on The Good Omen. We're not going to do any more. Well, come to find out, The Good Omen is not even owned by Netflix. Netflix has nothing whatsoever to do with The Good Omen. It's owned by Amazon Prime. And the reason I know this is because I've watched the first 3 episodes of The Good Omen, and that was enough for me. So watch out. And I love how Netflix responded. I just love it. On Twitter, they're like, okay, you got us. We're not going to do any more episodes. Oh, man. This is the buffoonery of which we face. This is the buffoonery, the skullfuckery that we're dealing with. And I guarantee you, we're talking about Trump supporters. We're talking about the lowest quartile, the lowest... nobody stopped to think what this show is even about. I remember being in church and listening about boycotts that were going on, about shows that I had no idea, I had never seen before, I had never even heard of. And then I find out later what all the fuss was all about, and I'm like, why were we so upset about this? Oh, yes, it was a solid burn. I laughed my ass off because I knew immediately, whoa, good driving, guy. Yeah, this guy just swerved, almost hit me and almost hit the car right beside me. Good going, guy. You're an A1 driver. I'll see you at the next stoplight. Anyway, fuck that guy. Anyway, so, this just... Nobody fact checks. 20,000, possibly 25,000 people No fact check whatsoever. None. Zip, zero, nada. No check. They didn't check their facts. They didn't fact check. Hey, what is this show even about? Is it even worth boycotting? I mean, some of the boycotts that I remember, even going back to the mid-90s, were just absolutely stupid. And then as I got older, and I started to think, why are we boycotting this? Why were we so upset? Why were we so triggered? And I say we as in fundamentalist Christians. Why were we so upset? Why was this so upsetting to us? Another example was the Ellen DeGeneres show. Remember, I don't know if any of you remember the original Ellen show before, back in the 90s, and then she went off and now she's back. But Ellen DeGeneres made a joke saying, well, let's go out and terrify some Baptists. And so everybody was up in arms. Everybody was signing boycott cards to be mailed to ABC or whoever, whatever the company that owned the show. And we were so outraged that Ellen DeGeneres would dare make a joke about the Baptists. Let's go out and terrify some Baptists. And I think back on it now, and I'm like, actually, it's kind of a funny joke because there's really nothing that terrifies Baptists more, it seems, is the thought of two same-sex couples being together. It's just so terrifying, and it's just mind-boggling. And this, with Netflix being boycotted for this, is probably the worst I've seen so far, because it is a total failure. A total failure. It couldn't get any worse. I mean, not only do you have the wrong company, but you don't even know what the show is even about. And it might as well be a cartoon, you know? It's so cartoonish and ridiculous. It's just mind-boggling what we allow ourselves to be upset about. It's just mind-boggling why we're so triggered, so easily triggered by a stupid show that means nothing. It has nothing whatsoever to do. It doesn't even affect our day-to-day lives. But we're going to sign a boycott slip. Now it's all done online. You don't even have to fill out a slip to mail it. Remember the old boycott cards you had to fill out and put a stamp on? What's going on, Billy? Seems like Netflix is in trouble, Billy. Somebody better get the CEO on the horn and tell him, hey, the wave is coming. The red wave is coming. But it's just mind-boggling how we allow ourselves to be so we're so trivial. Things that really don't matter. You know what really matters? We were coming this close from a war with Iran. This close. A country we've got no business being at war with. We were this close. We were that close to being lied to. We were that close from being tricked into invading a country. And you know, and the people that it affects the most are the poor dumb peasants trying to to eke out an existence. Now, obviously, Iran is a little bit more developed, a lot more developed than some of your, than say Iraq or Libya, unfortunately. But I mean, these are people that have nothing whatsoever to do, and we're going to be the first one to bomb them because we were tricked. It's like the Iraq and Afghanistan invasion all over again. We're being tricked into war. But that's not important. No one signed a boycott for Trump. No one said, hey, we do not support a war with Iran. I didn't see a petition. I would have signed that petition in a heartbeat. But no, we're going to sign a petition against Netflix for a show they had nothing to do with. It's just, Unbelievable. We are a funny bunch of squirrels, I gotta tell you. And as I've heard it said, and I believe it's true, society only moves as fast as the lowest, society moves only as fast as the slowest citizens, I guess. Hey, Mike, what's up? Poor Netflix. Netflix can't catch a break. They can't catch a break for anything. It's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. You can't. Oh, man. And I can just imagine the people over at Netflix going, what the hell is this? What the hell? Oh, but Netflix handled it like a boss. They were on top of it. They said, don't worry, we've stopped production immediately. No more. No more. We're not going to make any more episodes of The Good Omen. And true to their word, they have not made a single episode. Oh, man, this, I tell you, we laugh to not cry sometimes. We laugh to not cry. This is comedy you can't pay for. I mean, it writes itself. We are living in the Idiocracy. If you have not watched Idiocracy, please do so. This is it. We are living in the Idiocracy right now. I believe we have regressed to the point where, Americans in general, if you factor in all the entire population, we have lost our collective minds. And the rest of the developed world is looking on and laughing at us because I'm sorry, I'm going to have to say it. We have got to be the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. We have to be the absolute dumbest, bar none. This is sad. This is sad. But this is what we're upset about. We're going to be upset at a stupid show that is cartoonish and it's buffoonery. It's lampooning is what it is. And this is what we're upset about. We're not upset that veterans are losing their homes. We're not upset that homelessness is on the rise. People cannot make their rents and stay in their houses that they've already paid for. We're talking about people that have actually paid off their mortgage and now they're retired and they cannot afford the taxes and utilities and they're losing their homes. But we're going to sign a petition against Netflix. We're boycotting Netflix. How dare you? In our righteous indignation. Well, all right. Oh, this is entertainment, folks. Thanks for watching.